XRP just did something that no one could have imagined, which has shocked investors and crypto fans all over the world. The price of XRP went through the roof overnight, reaching an amazing $25,000. This wasn't a small change or a short-term spike. No one can stop talking about this huge rise. In the crypto market, prices can change quickly. So many people are wondering, how could this happen, take place so quickly? XRP went from being a fairly stable digital asset to a huge player in the cryptocurrency space in just one night. Both experienced investors and new traders were caught off guard by the quick rise. Now everyone is trying to figure out what caused this big change. XRP has been thought of as a trustworthy coin that moves more slowly. It had been stuck between 50 cents and $1 for a while with no signs of such a big change. It went through the roof overnight though, leaving experts and market watchers shocked. It's not often that a coin takes such a huge jump, especially after being stable for months. How fast that it happened, which has made people wonder what exactly caused this surge. What caused XRP's sudden rise? Was it a sudden breakthrough, a big announcement, or maybe a change in the market's general mood? This is a rare and interesting event in the world of cryptocurrencies, and we're about to get into the specifics of what caused it, what took place, what does it mean for investors, the crypto market, and the future of XRP itself. Stay with us as we break down the possible reasons and look into the huge jump that has shocked the crypto world. Before going into the reasons for XRP's rapid rise, it's important to know where the coin stood before this huge jump. Not too long ago, XRP was trading in a pretty stable band between 50 and $1. The cryptocurrency had proven itself to be a reliable middle-level coin, but it hadn't been getting the attention that would cause such a huge jump. Investors knew that XRP had a history of modest growth, and many saw it as a good long-term hold, especially for those who wanted a coin that would be less volatile than the ones that change value more often. Like Bitcoin and Ethereum, XRP's market behavior over the past few months hasn't shown any big price changes. Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies had times of extreme volatility, sending prices soaring up and down. However, XRP seemed to be moving at a normal rate, unaffected by the bigger players' wild price swings. People always talked. Ripple Labs is working on partnerships and solutions with banks and other financial institutions to show how valuable it could be in the financial field, but even so, there weren't many changes in the prices. Of course, XRP also had its share of problems. One of the biggest was its ongoing legal fight with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC). This is legal. Many buyers were nervous because they didn't know what would happen with the token in the future. When XRP suddenly shot up to $25,000 in just a few hours, it was almost too much to believe. Everyone is wondering what caused such an abrupt change in price. Was it news, market mood, or something else? It's important to know where XRP stood before the sudden rise. This skyrocketing price will help us understand how this strange event happened and what it might mean for the future. Now that we know where XRP was before its sudden rise, let's look at what caused it to rise so quickly. Why did the price of XRP jump to $25,000 almost overnight? There are a few things that could have caused this look like a wonder of the night. Really, there are a few main things that most likely led to this huge increase. First, let's take a look at the chance of big news about regulations in the world of cryptocurrencies. The price of digital assets can change a lot when news comes out about new rules from the government. The regulatory climate has been a problem for XRP for a long time, especially with its current court case against the SEC. However, there may have been progress in this case. If Ripple, the company behind XRP, got good news about its legal standing, it could have caused a rush of people to buy right away. When investors and traders hear good news about regulations, they often rush to buy in preparation of the asset's possible growth. One, more new partnerships or changes in XRP's ecosystem could be a cause. Ripple has been trying to make a name for itself in the world's banking world, especially with banks and payment systems. If a big relationship or new project with a bank had been announced, it could have gotten the market excited. A relationship with a well-known bank or a payment network would make people very optimistic about XRP, which would cause its price to skyrocket. Price changes are also affected by how people feel about the market, especially when it comes to cryptocurrency. People often feel FOMO, or fear of missing out, when a coin like XRP goes through a sudden rise. As soon as buyers and traders saw XRP's value go up, they bought it. A lot of people may have rushed to buy because they were afraid they would miss out on a once-in-a-lifetime chance. With all of these new buyers and the market's excitement, the price would have gone up even more. Lastly, let's not rule out changes or improvements to XRP's network technology. When cryptocurrencies roll over, their prices often go through the roof, bringing in new features, changes, or ideas that make the network safer or more efficient. If XRP made a big technology leap, like a faster or cheaper way to send money, investors and the rest of the crypto community might have become interested, which would have pushed the price up. These are just a few of the reasons why XRP had such a huge rise in value. We'll talk about how this rise might affect the crypto market as a whole and what it might mean for short-term and long-term investors in the next part of the movie. Watch this space as we break down the effects of this sudden rise. Now that we have a better idea of what might have caused XRP's huge jump, let's look more closely at how this happened. A sudden change in price could have an effect on not only XRP but also the whole coin market. This kind of quick rise doesn't just affect one coin, it can start a chain reaction that moves through the whole room. First, let's talk about what it means for the cryptocurrency market. A big coin like XRP can cause a lot of excitement when its price goes up by a huge amount. As well as hope in the market, investors start looking for similar chances in the hopes of riding the next big wave. This could cause more people to buy altcoins, which would drive up the prices of other cryptocurrency as well. Traders may be more interested in smaller altcoins in particular as they look for the next possible breakout coin. The rise in XRP could basically start anew. Having faith in the market as a whole makes people pay more attention to coins that weren't getting much attention before. On the other hand, this big of a rise could also cause short-term volatility. Prices can drop just as quickly as they go up, and market changes happen all the time. People who invested during the price spike could lose money if the price drops quickly. For this reason, the market is uncertain. Some investors may decide to sell all of their holdings to lock in gains, while others may panic and sell out of fear of losing even more money. This kind of volatility can make the crypto market even less stable, which can be rough for both experienced traders and new buyers who are trying to find their way around. Sudden